guys, I'm Craig and today for the Surfboard Guide, I'm going to do something a little bit different, and I wanted to talk about two boards we checked out recently in reviews, but I wanted to bring them together because they're both 5'5" and they're both the funnest small wave boards I've ridden in a long time. Definitely not comparing the two, it's not a battle. I don't think Matt Parker sat in a shaping room saying, how do I design a 5'5"? It's going to be better than one that, Stewie and Ryan Campbell design. That's not the basis for this at all. I think boards that excel in small waves these days. A lot of us are surfing pretty average waves. You want something that's going to liven up your average wave surfs and small waves. So I found two boards that are definitely the funnest small wave boards I've ridden in a long time. So this was a chance to kind of talk about a little bit more detail, share some clips, and bring them together. So to start up, this is the Sacrificial from Campbell Design. If you haven't checked out the full review, I'm going to put a link to it just here. If there isn't a link, I feel pretty silly right now saying that. But yeah, I've had this board for a few months and has been a whole lot of fun. It's front end, 2/3, kind of a traditional fish kind of outline, flat deck. It doesn't even dome through the front, stays flat. And then it has this kind of performance back end in the tail. Campbell Design with this, it's really cool. They give you a whole bunch of fin offerings. Went on a bit of a fin journey with this and definitely thought it was going to be a 2+1 twin plus stabilizer setup. But this was a quad. The quad allowed the quad really harnessed what the board had to offer. Didn't need anything, it generated speed. This board has so much natural speed, and I think a lot of that comes through the Exoflex technology. So Campbell Design do a thing called Exoflex technology, which is their patented technology, which is a leaf spring that sits under this carbon stringer, and it's definitely one of the only technologies I've ridden in that EPS carbon sort of tech space that I can actually feel creating speed and generating speed out of turns. So there's some clips we'll share. There's one particular I can definitely see it bounce out with more speed than it went in with. But this thing was awesome. I was grabbing this, waves were weak. I really wanted to generate speed, connect sections. And then also when I want to surf a little bit more performance, this back end that comes off this little bump kind of swallow into this this little bump flyer into this nice little swallow allowed you to get back on that back end and surf at pretty performance, well, as much as my D-grade surfing would allow me. Also, there's a nice big V that sits in the fin area here, which gives the board a little bit of rail rocker, and it also allows you to get, this board's 21, which is quite wide, and then at the front of these fins here, it's still probably 19, and then it comes in here. So what this V does is allow it to surf a lot more critically, a lot more performance, a lot more vertically than a board that would just be, 19 at the fins and out through the tail. So yeah, kind of best of both worlds, that fish front end, lots of paddle power, lots of speed, lots of drive, and this back end that you could jump on and surf at pretty performancey. Like the Plasmic by Album, this is 5'5" and at 33.3 litres, very similar size and volume to the Album Plasmic, which we'll check out now. So this is the Album Plasmic. We put out a review a little while ago. Again, I'm going to put a link to the review here somewhere. Don't know where it comes up. If there's no clip up there, I feel a little bit silly. But this thing was absolutely sick. I had this for a while, and like I said, I don't want to do a comparison clip. This isn't versing that because they're very different boards. How I surfed on this and what I liked about this board was very different to the Sacrificial. So I like Sacrificial had more of like a shortboard feel that I could do some more kind of critical performance shortboard surfing. I like the Plasmic because I could get on and cruise, but it was also very capable. So if I did want to do like a Rio and more performance kind of turn, the Plasmic was very, very capable of that. I was riding the Plasmic a lot, had a meniscus and an ACL tear, and came out of that and wanted stuff that was really cruisy, had really good flow, and didn't need me to generate speed a lot. That doesn't necessarily need to generate speed, but it does let you generate speed. This doesn't really want you to generate speed. It has a lot of natural speed of its own. Similar to the Sacrificial, we've got a beak at the front. Well, that doesn't have a beak, but it does hold a flatter deck. But there's a beak in the front end of that Plasmic. And what you do, this is 2.5 thick. It's almost 2.5 thick on the nose. So lots of volume under your chest. Paddling is really easy. All that volume under your front foot, you're getting across flat sections really easy. And what I liked in some of the clips, there's some really kind of just, kind of everyday surfing, I'm going to call it. But just how the thing just kind of flowed. It got around sections. It kind of reminded me of more like, really cruisy kind of mid-length surfing, allowed me to link sections without having to go frantically pumping and stuff like that, and just surf like, not too aggressively, but still have a really fulfilling surf and really enjoy my surfing. A lot of the reasons it works is it's got this huge double barrel concave, and I hope you can see that on camera. The double barrel concave comes through the center of the fins, and what you do is you just get water coming through that board quickly, easily, and it's just gonna move really, really quickly and really efficiently across water. So again, really fast, but without the need or really needing to have to move and wiggle and pump a whole lot. The Plasmic kind of does all the work for you. So this is great coming back from injury, really easy to surf, really generous in its volume. This again is 5.5, similarly to the Sacrificial. I don't know the volume, but 5.5, I think it's 23/8, 2.5, and I think it's roughly around 34 litres. I'm 5'10.5", 92, 93 kilos. My shortboards are around 31, 32 litres at about 5'11", 6'0". So, you know, a bit more foam in this than my shortboards and in that. But yeah, great paddle power, great in across flat sections, super, super easy to surf. And just like the Sacrificial, one of my favourite boards that I surfed this summer. Overall, I hope this clip was really handy. I'm not here to compare boards. Again, I don't think, you know, Ryan or Stu or Matt were sitting in a shaping room thinking how this board would be better than that board or any other board on the market. They're probably just trying to make the best boards for the condition it was shaped for average surfers like you and I. And these are two boards that I absolutely loved. And you know, it's not about having one in the quiver. It's like, well, how do you have both in the quiver? I'd say the majority of my surfs now are in small, weak and average conditions. I wish they weren't, but they really are. So, you know, going back a few years ago, I was trying to find the best 5'11" or 6'0" I can, and that's still always in the corner of my mind. But now I'm thinking about how do I have more equipment that makes my surfing really fun, and whether I'm getting a chance to surf and it's 1 foot, 2 foot, it's onshore, it's crap, I've got a board that I'm really going to enjoy that surf. You know, also having a fruitful quiver of a few different boards keeps, I think, people's surfing exciting and really fresh. So, you know, if you're looking for a couple of boards to have in your quiver to make small wave surfing, you know, fun and keep it really exciting, I recommend checking out the Plasmic by Album Surfboards and also the Sacrificial by Campbell Design. They're definitely two of my favorites and I hope you found this handy. Check out both full reviews on both boards. There's heaps of clips. You can see how the board moves across water, you know, fins wheel riding, all that sort of stuff. And if you've got any questions, hit the comments below. Also check out our Instagram at the Surfboard Guide. Heaps of reviews coming up, different boards, ask questions, even recommend reviews you'd like to see from different shapers, tag them in, don't hesitate. But anyway, two of my favorite boards, so stoked to check them out. Thank you to Matt from Album Surfboards for the chance to check out the Plasmic, and also Stu and Ryan from Campbell Design. I can't say more about the boards. Heaps of fun, really enjoyed them, and hope you get a chance to check them out too. Thanks so much for watching.